Hello, Scorpio. This is Jay from Live to Love Tarot here to do a read called Will He Reach Out Before the New Year? This read may not resonate with us, so take what works. Also, I have a tendency of saying he or him in regards to the other person, but know the roles can reverse. Really know the roles can reverse. I did title it Will He, because I always say he, but it can be a she. Let's get the overall energy. We have new love, embrace an opportunity for love in your world, prospects, or for spiritual growth. I like that one. So let's get, what I wanted to do is get a card for you, for the other person and for you in regards to the heavier energy surrounding you. So I'm using the Dark Mirror Oracle cards. And I'm going to start with shuffling out a card, hopefully quickly, for the other person and then for you. So let's see what's going on with the other person. And then I'm going to follow up with some tarot from the steampunk deck. So let's see what's going on with you. All right, for some reason, Scorpio, it's not letting me do this, so I might have to shuffle it. I might have to, whenever I can't shuffle out, it's Spirit's way of telling me I need to draw. So we have anger and chains for the other person, and we have fated to suffer for you. So anger and chains is a person that is bound to the anger. That means there's a situation that kind of triggers this person, like they're bound to this trigger. It's something that no matter what it is, whether it's a person, whether it's a situation, it triggers them, and they're like connected to it, which is not always good. We have fated to suffer for you. Fated to suffer, to me, represents a person that thinks that no matter what they do, especially when it comes to a connection, because we're doing this connection, it's telling me that you have this thinking that nothing goes right for you because you were fated to suffer, because it's part of who you are, which it's not. So fated to suffer, to me, represents a person that thinks that no matter how they change their situation, no matter what they do, it always ends up bad. Like relationships, for instance, your relationships are always ending up the same way, and you're always left brokenhearted. So let's do it. Let's get some tarot on both cards, and then we will break down what's going on. Okay, there's a card that flipped in this deck. Yeah, there it is. All right. So we have Eight of Swords, Libra, Aquarius, Gemini. We have the Two of Swords, Libra, Aquarius, Gemini. We have the Six of Pentacles, Capricorn, Taurus, Virgo, and the King of Wands. Let's get fated to suffer. Wow. We have the Ace of Swords, Libra, Aquarius, Gemini. We have the Hierophant. We have the Four of Wands, Aries, Leo, Sagittarius. We have the Six of Swords, Libra, Aquarius, Gemini, and the Eight of Wands. So I feel like this is a connection. When it comes to you, I feel like this is more of a soulmate connection, or even a twin flame connection with the Four of Wands. So let's start. Sorry, I had to move something to put my cards down. Let's start with anger and chains in regards to the other person. So what I'm getting from this is I feel like this person has a tendency of self-victimizing themselves, okay? When it comes to relationships, or when relationships there and start to not go the way they want. When with the Two of Swords is telling me when they cannot make a decision on whether they want to be in this relationship or not, it tends to make them angry. Like they're bound to self-victimization, which means they're bound to defending themselves. In their head, they did nothing wrong. So whenever, a relationship starts to get in their head more than it should, and they can't decide whether they want to be in it or not, it makes them angry. It triggers them, because I feel like this happens to them a lot. Instead of them, they're not able to deal with heavy emotion like that. So at time, I feel like this person though is recognizing this. Lately, I feel like this person is recognizing that the problem is really them. Like they're the problem, that you're not creating this anger that binds them. They created this theirself over time and over broken relationships. So when I see new love, what this is telling me is this person is realizing that they need to start loving their self, that they need to start giving more to, themselves, more to their compassion, more to their self-love, more to spending more time on bettering their self, as the King of Wands shows, being a king in their own world, than concentrating on a relationship that didn't work out. So I like that. So this person's new love to me is finding this love for their self. We have fated to suffer. I feel like with the Ace of Swords and the Hierophant, along with the soulmate, Four of Wands, solid foundation, I feel like you also have been working on yourself. You also found this new love in yourself. You also found a way to start loving yourself. This gave you some clarity on this commitment. This gave you some clarity on the foundation of this commitment, on the foundation of how you deal with your emotions when relationships don't work. And I think you realize that you're not fated to suffer. You're not fated to suffer at all. In fact, with the Six of Swords and the Eight of Wands, Aries, Leo, Sagittarius, I feel like you're kind of learning that you needed to reach out and communicate with someone, like counseling or even like a group. I feel like that you're stuck in this bad energy. You're stuck in feeling like you're fated to suffer when you're not. And I feel like you reached out and got some help to help you get through this. And that gave you clarity as far as how you deal with commitments in general. So I like this. You're both like realizing that you need to take more time in self-love rather than being angry or concentrating on suffering over this connection. Because self-love heals. And the hardest love that we have is loving ourselves first. But you're starting to realize it is the most important, both of you on each side. So I like that. So let's move on and let's see exactly what we are here for. Is will this person reach out to you? I'm going to put this back up here. Will this person reach out to you before the first of the year? Will this person reach out to you? And now, when I say reach out, it's communication in any way. It could be a message to say Merry Christmas on social media. It could be a text message on your phone that says Happy Holidays. Or it could be this person could give you a call or even stop over. There's many ways of communications, so I wanted to be clear on what I mean by reach out. So let's get a couple of cards, see if this person will reach out to you in the near future. Well, actually, before the first of the year, not the near future. we have depth, complexity, awareness, and importance. So I feel like this person does feel is very aware on how important you are to them. And they may not have been like that prior to this, but with new love, with them finding self-love, I feel like with the feminine energy that they're learning compassion, understanding, patience. They're finding inside what love is truly is. And feminine energy to me is all about compassion, consideration, forgiveness, and love. Loving. Having a loving and comforting and caring nature. So let's get some tarot on this. Let's get some tarot just to get deeper into this and see, is this person going to reach out to you? Because that's not really telling me much, is it? And before the first of the year, is this person going to reach out to you before the first of the year? Is this person going to reach out to you before the first of the year? All right. Okay, so we have the Ten of Swords, Libra, Aquarius, Gemini. We have the Five of Swords, Libra, Aquarius, Gemini. We have the Tower. Then we have the Two of Wands, Aries, Leo, Sagittarius, and the Knight of Pentacles, Capricorn, Taurus, Virgo. So I feel like this person went through a lot. I mean, first of all, the ending of this relationship was extremely painful for this person. And I think, they were in this mindset that it was all about mind games and control. However, the Tower coming in kind of tore this look, this energy this person was stuck in. It destroyed it. It kind of tore down what they were thinking. And having a Tower moment is pretty vicious, but I also think it has a lot to do with this person going inner and this person going inside. And whenever you go inside, it can be ugly when you realize, when you have to take responsibility for things that you've done for years and there's no one else to blame. It can be pretty disturbing. It can be pretty ugly. So I feel like that's what happened. Now I feel like this person is really making a choice, trying to make a decision, trying to make a, plan where they're going to go. Now that they're aware of how important you are, now that they have kind of like touch base with their feminine side, their compassion, their love, their forgiveness, their consideration, their new love for their self. I feel like this person is trying to decide what to do and is making steady progress. But this is not, this is not telling me that this person is going to communicate with you. All this is telling me is that this person is starting to move forward. So I would say, looking at these cards right now as they are, it looks like this person is working on their self right now. I feel like they're thinking about you, but it does not look to me, even with the tarot, that this person's going to come forward, like before the first of the year, or reach out or communicate. So let's just let's just see if they're going to reach out, if they're going to reach out to you, how they're going to reach out to you, sort of thing. Let's just see what their action is going to be towards you overall. We have pretend, mask, exaggeration, and bluff. We have pride, ego, arrogance, stubborn love. And then we have beauty, charming, graceful, luxurious. So I do feel that this person is still trying to pretend, that even though they're trying to self-love, I almost is they're really fighting with their ego. They're trying to pretend that everything's okay, that, they don't have to do much. Like they're getting this attitude where I feel like they want to over here, they know you're important, but over here they're almost pretending that like this isn't happening because they're allowing their ego to overtake their sensibility. But beauty is telling me that no matter what they do, they can't forget about the beauty in this connection, the beauty inside of you, the beauty of you. So let's get some tarot and let's just see what's going on. See, I knew reading the tarot cards, it just didn't come off to me like, they were going to reach out. It didn't come off to me like they were going to reach out. Even though it says steady progress, planning and decisions, I just think that they're right now making steady progress on themselves. I don't think it has anything to do with the connection. So let's see. So I do feel, okay, so we have the Five of Wands, Aries, Leo, Sagittarius. We have the Magician in reverse. So I do feel like this person is really conflicting with their pride, their ego, their arrogance. Not only that, is they're almost pretending and manipulating their mind into believing that everything's okay, that this is it, that they're doing their best to work on their self. However, the Death card is telling me in the near future, this person is going to realize, they're going to realize the beauty in you. They're going to realize that you're their divine feminine, that you are who brings the comfort, the feminine energy, the comfort, the beauty, the stability in their life. And once they get there, I think they are going to take a new action towards you with the Ace of Wands. But I don't think it's going to be before the first. I think this person is going through like baby steps right now. They just are learning how to love their self. They're trying to pretend that it's not their ego that is preventing them from admitting, because I feel like they owe you an apology. But it is. It's their ego that's preventing them. And they're working on that. They're working on self-loving. And a lot of it is, like we see here, it's like they just had a tower moment that tore everything that they ever lived for, believed in. All their beliefs were torn down. So now it's like they're restarting, they're planning, and they're making steady progress towards this, but they're not already there. They still have a little ego in them. They still, conflict. They're still conflicting with what is right and what is true. And at times they're manipulating their mind, pretending that everything's okay when they know it's not. But I do see that in the end, your beauty, your energy, your importance, as their divine feminine, is going to help them to transform. And when they get to the point where they've gone through all this, that's when they're going to take an action toward you. So, when is it going to be the near future? I'm not sure. It depends on how fast this person kind of gets through these two things. They got to get through these two situations to really find true love for their self. And then once they realize that, that's when I think that they'll come forward. So it could be a while. It depends on the person. So, sorry, that is what I'm getting. Unfortunately, I was hoping it would be better. So let's move on and let's see what message Spirit has for you. What message does Spirit have? Not these cards. I want these ones. What message does Spirit have for you? What message does Spirit have for you? Oh, 4 cards came out, so I'm going to take all 4. Okay, so So through gratitude, joy expands, grace and gratitude. So Spirit's telling you to be grateful for what you have right now, for finding this new love, inside of yourself. Lie back, watching clouds, lie back, rest and relax. Spirit wants you to just not worry about this. Everything's going to turn out the way that it should turn out. Um, and worrying about this person contact you, worrying about this person reaching out to you, things are going to stay, they're going to turn out the way that they're going to turn out. So worrying isn't going to help you. All it's going to do is waste your time. We have staying focused, hold the course. You're on the right path. This message is telling me from Spirit that you're on the right path. So you need to stay focused on what you're doing, whether it is your career, whether it is self-loving, transforming yourself. You are on the right path. So you need to hold the course and stay focused. View from above, get the big picture. Spirit wants you to say that, look at the big picture. Maybe right now you're frustrated. Maybe you need this person to come forward to give you closure. But it's not about temporary peace. This is about overall peace. This is about healing, moving forward towards your divine path, towards happiness. So Spirit wants you to look at the big picture rather than looking at each scenario, to always look at the overall picture of how all these lessons and how all these little paths we take that kind of veer in and veer out that aren't always, the best, are all about your divine plan. So before you get frustrated over one little tiny minute situation, really look at the big picture. When you look at the big picture, then you'll understand. It'll help you a lot. So I hope this helped you, Scorpio, and as always, go with love and peace.